Hey there, party people. I almost was facing the camera the correct way, the way I'm supposed to be. I'm just fucking with some levels here. Excuse me for the profanity. Uh, it's Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Coming back from a rousing trip to Atlantic City. Damn it, I just remembered what I wanted. I was going to wear a Knicks jersey tonight, but I gained 7 pounds on the weekend in Atlantic City. A Knicks jersey is not my friend. That's why the camera's close and, elevated. Look what's going on here. There is a slight lag, but it will, I think it'll correct itself. Look at how I'm playing with everything. Yeah, everything, literally. That's also why you can't see why you can't see my bottom half. I'm not wearing pants. I am wearing pants. Um, God, a lot to cover, a lot to hit. Atlantic City was great. The crazy news. I did have a whole stack of cards with some really filthy stuff written down. Um, and of course, on my way down the steps, I dropped them. So then when I picked it up, the punchlines don't match. Like it's like uh, make a hormone, it's a Cadillac. So nothing, or I drive a Lincoln Continental. Oh, the leg is rough today. Rough. Um, I'm gonna shut the stuff on my phone. I don't know if it makes a difference. I think it does. I don't know. I'm so technologically savvy. So a lot to talk about. Hold on. Shut Bluetooth. Shut Wi-Fi. Come on, you duty. Shut Wi-Fi. Now, if the lag goes away, I'm gonna be like, "Wow, that's crazy." Unfortunately or fortunately, there are a couple of funny things. I like to spill the beans. Spill the beans. I'm in an Israeli Harley Davidson shirt under this button-down Harley Davidson shirt, and it is hot as Hades down here. Plus, I'm all doped up on, Benadryl and White Claws. Yeah. These glasses are from Amazon. You know what I paid for these? 25. And it says woman's glasses. I am sexy. I'm too sexy for my whatever. So all of my cables and everything have these little uh Velcro ties. They're literally on everything. Oh, here's one on the microphone. There's one on everything. I keep one on my schmeckle in case I need it. So I pull my headphones out of my drawer. Oh, here. So it just happened on these. And there were panties. So then when I put the headphones on, I had like panties hanging on my face. These are not my panties. I'm not a size one. But if I was actually the girl who used my identity on Facebook, I could send her these. Not too creepy. Not too creepy. So we're going to start off. Okay. Breathe. We're going to start off untraditionally with our first cup of wine. Spill the wine. If my eyes look pussy, it's all with the Benadryl and the dry eye mixed. Dry eye, and meanwhile, the tears don't stop. Um, Honestly, when I woke up, my eyes were crusted shut with this white goo. So I don't get it because in cinema, they make it look like so natural and fun in cinema. Uh, L'chaim to making it this far in the week, and the holiday weekend is dead ahead. Dead ahead. Some of the news is gonna have a little to do with that. Dead ahead. Fortunately, for Memorial Day weekend, Beijing Johnny and Seth and his sidekick Seth, we have an out of town gig. Look at what a putz I am. We have back to back gigs in Pennsylvania. Um, so he's going to send me exactly where we're going. And here's the best part: they have electronic house kit. You know what I have to bring with me? Nothing. nothing. Um, but he has to send me to town, so, I have this back issue, and if I need to get a massage, um, I'm gonna want to go on I forget what it's called, Rub Maps? Larry Scott, had mentioned that he had heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend. The lights behind me are blue and orange in honor of the New York Knicks, and soon enough, my friends, I can feel it. To the Knicks, to getting, halfway through the week, and, to watching the happy hour with Seth. L'chaim. Oh my god, I'm sorry, that's so delicious. Unfortunately, I brought down only 4 cans, and 2 of them have seemed to evaporated evaporated. Yeah, so, next Wednesday, I realized that a good friend of mine has a bar here on Long Island in, Islip. I believe it's Islip. And, it's one of my favorite names for a street. Higbee. I love that, Higbee Lane. Um, so I would like to broadcast from there. I also spoke with the new owners at, uh, Katie O'Hara's in Baldwin on Merrick Road. First of all, their shepherd's pie, I shit you not, so delicious, so delicious, so delicious. The food there's really good. I don't recall the old owner, what it was like, but it wasn't like this. The food's great. The drinks are great. The staff is great. Location is top notch. And, you know, you take an Uber there, and this way you don't have to worry, and you take an Uber home. It's literally how I roll. The way I ate in Atlantic City, I do roll. Yeah, so the roadmap for tonight is we're gonna talk about the news, tiny black panties. We're gonna talk about the news. Um, we are going to, oh my god, I'm gonna show you some drums. You're gonna orgasm over them. See, I'm cleaning it up. I was gonna say you're gonna come in your drawers. Yeah, you're gonna come in your drawers. Then there have been some fan sightings. Uh, some young ladies wearing happy hour with Seth shirts. Here's the irony. It only cost me $60 to give them a shirt and I get a free massage. So no, you really will see some fans. And uh and we're gonna take a little virtual trip to Atlantic City. I do want you to remember, my father always said they don't build these huge hotels and bring you there and give you free stuff because you're a winner. I was doing very well, and then, my father came to me in a dream and said, "Cut the crap, leave the money in the safe." And I said to him in the dream, "Oh, okay, I will." And then I woke up from the dream to pee, and I was like, "Oh, how long was I sleeping? Oh, an hour. I'm gonna go back down to the floor." Um, I had played, uh I love the slots. I love the, dollar wheel of fortune, but you have to bet 10 spin. You have to bet $10. It's like in order to win and spin the wheel and all that. So it's really a $10 machine. Then in the high slots, there's a Frank Sinatra machine. I know I've posted video before. I can honestly say this weekend, I got fucked by Frank Sinatra. Pam. I really did. You keep waiting for him to serenade you, and he's too busy stealing all your money. So, but all in all, it wasn't a huge loss. If you add what you win and accumulate into the loss, then it is a huge loss. But if you go with 1492, which is exactly what I went with, and I came home with 1490, not too shabby. Plus, I saw Martin Lawrence. Um, you know what? I'm going to just mention Martin Lawrence. He comes out and he's sweating profusely. and his eyes are kind of dilated. And he was saying how, the tabloids were saying that he's on drugs and he's sick and he's on drugs. And he's like, so I'm just telling you all right now, I have a terrible cold. So that was pretty funny. Everyone got a laugh. And then he split his pants at one point during the show. And the people in the front row are like, Martin, Martin, your pants are split. And he doesn't hear them. So he's like, fuck you, I'm doing a show. And they said, your pants are split. And he goes, oh, wait, my pants are split. And he looks down and he says, now you all know I have a tiny penis. So what I didn't know, there's a probably one of the oldest jokes around. And it's not racist. Well, it's funny, but it's this is the joke. How does every black joke start? Get it? Like you're looking around. So I was just outbid. That's what that noise was. So I know now what it feels like after going to the Martin Lawrence show to literally be the only white person, definitely in my row, definitely in my section. I'm gonna, you know, this is a reach. I think I was the only white person at the show. It's the first time I went to a show at Hard Rock where you had to go through metal detectors and you're wanded. And yeah, so that was an experience. But when he talks about white people and he's like, and you brothers know, you know what I'm saying, N word, N word, N word, blah, 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 N word. Um, he can say it. I can't. Well, I guess I can. I'm quoting him. So he says, niggas be like blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, and the white folk are like, oh, hello there, sir. How are you? And everyone in my row turns and looks at me. And everyone in the row in front of me turns around and looks at me. I get it. I'm white. I understand. First of all, I don't fucking talk like, well, hello there. I'm Seth the white guy. So, but I guess if he heard me saying, oh, hello there, he'd say, I don't talk like that because he doesn't. But it was funny. He was funny. Here's a little Martin Lawrence trivia. His daughter eloped with Eddie Murphy's son. I don't know why I just looked around like Eddie Murphy's here. He's not. Who's that little guy behind the bar? Oh, Kevin Hart, the little it's probably about right for his height. Um, so yeah, so he said if my granddaughter isn't the funniest motherfucker coming from the two funniest grandparents, then I don't know, what's up. So, but his daughter eloped, and he talked about that. And, my daughter elopes because it saves some serious cashish. Cashish. So, while we were in Atlantic City, there was a railroad. I think it's over because the train station looked fucking packed. Packed. But let's kick off with a couple of other news stories. And oh, I didn't do the Prime Minister of Japan. I love her. She's a drummer and she's Japanese. She's a woman. It's the trifecta. I love her. So he's going to put up. I sent him a shitload of stuff. I can't get this mic stand straight, so we're not even going to pretend anymore. But for the news segment, yeah, I think I can rock these. Is this thing hiding my multiple chins? So it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the happy hour with Seth news of the week. Yeah, I like that. So this happened last week, but I just want to point out it was a large sinkhole. Oh my goodness. So Mrs. Gottlieb, well, let me first talk about the sinkhole. I just saw something shiny. So The right and center lanes were closed in Melville due to a sinkhole. That's the ground opening up, and it's the ground saying, "Hey, we have way too many cars driving on me. We have way too many people driving on Long Island. So what are we gonna do about this? Probably nothing." I mean, some illegals will be deported, some people die, because that's the circle of life, but then people are born. So I feel like as it gets warmer, we're gonna see more of these. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not a meteorologist, but look at that, man. So that reminds me of my neighbors, the Gottliebs. So Mrs. Gottlieb and Mr. Gottlieb are getting amorous, and he says to her, "Baby, don't you have a doctor appointment?" She says, "Yeah, yeah, 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 don't worry." So, and they're an older couple, they're not as active as they were, and so she goes into the gynecologist, and he comes into the room to examine her, and he says, "Whoa, Mrs. Gottlieb, you have an enormous vagina." The sinkhole is what made me think of this. He said, "You have an enormous vagina." So she's all embarrassed, she's flustered. How's she gonna go to her, tennis club and Hadassah meetings? She runs home, and she's like, I don't understand." She takes a mirror off the wall, she puts it on the floor, she's standing over it. Just then just then, her husband, Herbie, walks in, and he says, "What are you doing?" And she says, uh, I'm and he says, "You're naked." She says, "I'm exercising." And he says, "Oh, okay. Phew. Just don't fall into that giant hole." So, the sinkhole made me think of her. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's gonna happen more, I think, but we shall see. In the next news story, this kinda pisses me off. A little kid, a little girl, 5 years old, gets grazed because these assholes are shooting each other. I'm not so upset that they're shooting each other, but I feel like they should do it somewhere where people aren't around. When the Jets and the Sharks, when they had a rumble, there was a lot of singing and dancing. It's my kind of rumble. And they did it like off playgrounds at night. You know, eh, don't inconvenience people like citizens. Do it in the playgrounds at night. Then you're only inconveniencing rapists and weirdos. So this is an upsetting story to me. Um, Also, it's upsetting because do you know what's involved in trying to get a concealed carry permit? Even any kind of carry permit. So this is to the Jets and the Sharks. I'm sorry, I'm parched. All right, that was delicious. This is a little bombshell. This young lady in the picture on the right, and I use that term loosely, she is the executive director of Black Lives Matter. Tashella Sherry Amore Dickinson, say that 5 times fast. She was charged, she stole $3.15 million. First of all, I'm pretty stunned that Black Lives Matter had $3.15 million for her to steal. That's first of all. Wait until Seth's life matters. Um, so anyway, look at what the figure that jumps out at me. Now I see her picture. I don't shit on people's appearance. I shit on their musical taste, on their comedic taste, on their sneakers, but I don't bother people about their weight. Did I mention I gained 7 pounds in Atlantic City in 3 days? Um, oh my god. See what happens when you start smoking pot? Don't do drugs. She spent 50 grand in food deliveries. $50,000 in food deliveries. That seems to me to be a lot of food, you know? Now, uh, clearly she's a woman. She's a gal who enjoys her cuisine, if you know what I mean. The other day, actually, Stan and I were driving, and I had to pick her up and drive her home because I didn't have enough gas to go around her. Stan would have been upset if I didn't work that in. When you have the opportunity, she's big, this gal. But so I think that that's fucked up because first of all, to be the executive director of an organization like this, you really want to use the money for good. Or in her case, uh, for 6 properties, a car, shopping, and 50K for food. 50K for food. So think about it. You should really be giving your money to Jews for Seth, um, and you should be signing up for podcast school. That's what I think personally. I just thought of something else. I was told, and I don't know if this is true, but I did look on the internet and I saw it on the internet as well. March of Dimes was called March of Dimes because only 10 cents of every dollar donated goes to the charity. Is it true? I don't know. If not, it's a great story. It's a great story. So, another news item. This was Merrick Avenue and Hempstead Turnpike. Uh, it's diagonal from there's a foot spa there. Hood spa, no foot spa. How fast do you have to be going to do that? And he hit an ambulance, or the ambulance hit him. But the ambulance, I'm assuming, is carrying injured people. And now so is that fucking Nissan. But wait, there's more. I feel like the drivers on Long Island suck. Wow, this Benadryl is kicking ass. So on my block on South Long Beach Avenue in the fine village of Freeport, shout out to Freeport Police, you guys rock. Um, there was an accident. So this involved an ambulance. Wait till you see the next one. I'm going to give you a little hint. It was it was a school bus. It was a school bus, and I couldn't even tell what the other car was because it was so mashed. So look at this. Look at this. Freeport's finest on the scene. I love it. I love it. So yeah, this was I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy. Look at that. Oh, by the way, that used to be my bank. But then I switched to Citibank, but I digress. Yeah, so that's South Long Beach Avenue and Merrick Road. How crazy is that? I think that's crazy. Oh, I think I just cranked my mic. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So if you look, there's like antifreeze in the street and shit. That's a serious, serious crash. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know how it happened, but I think those are my buddy Kevin Edell's guys that are on shift. Anyway, God bless the firemen and the policemen. This is historical Raynor's Cabin. Raynor's Cabin in Baldwin on Sunrise Highway. Most recently, it was Iron Shish Kebab. Um, and then it was empty for a while, and you could buy pot behind the right part, like where the dumpsters were. You could buy pot if that was your thing. Um, Decent pot. But yeah, so Raynor's Cabin, an institution, is gone. Is gone. And that's kind of sad and kind of weird, but for Baldwin, but like Rockville Center, it was Palace of Wong, which is now like a PM Pediatrics. So, we need more walk-in clinics, Rockville Center especially, walk-in clinics, banks, nail salons. That seems to be, the go-to for Rockville Center. So, Raynor's Cabin is gone. That's sad. Now, this I have to tell you, when it popped up in my feed, I was waiting to read my ex-wife's name. I really was. and that's just being truthful, because the woman was charged with trying to steal opioid prescriptions from a Hempstead assisted living facility. So I really did, expect to read her name, and it wasn't her, allegedly. So, yeah, the other thing I was thinking was, aren't prescriptions, like, sent electronically now? And isn't that all done, I don't know, electronically? I was very surprised that, she's stealing a pad, a prescription pad. Oh, maybe opioids have to be written in triplicate or something. Maybe you can't send them. I don't know. Now this is fresh news. Um, and it was this the one that was today? Yeah, I think it was today. 2 women were arrested in Huntington at a massage parlor. We all know my view of the massage parlor. First of all, it's not there's not sex trafficking going on. There's not to call someone an unlicensed masseuse when they have skills that so far surpass those of even in my chiropractor's office. Love you, Dr. D, love you. Um, Also, it's 60 bucks there, and at the chiropractor, it's up to like a buck and a quarter. So it's pure economics and it's fuzzy math. So yeah, so this didn't make me happy. But what I found interesting was Irene Jin 53 of Bethpage and Yunja Hyo 46 of Centerville, Virginia. Um, Unauthorized practice of a profession and prostitution. So, believe it or not, the unauthorized practice of a profession is a felony and prostitution is a misdemeanor. So, oh, that would have been a great pen name for my book, Love Letters and Other Filth by Craven Moorhead. I could have had it be Love Letters and Other Filth by Misdemeanor. Misdemeanor. I like that. Or misdemeanor. That works also. But, yeah, so apparently they're still in full swing with cracking down on the massage parlors. Um, I saw e-bikes pulled over today, and I was thinking, massage parlors and e-bikes. Good thing those fucking guys shooting at each other weren't on Long Island, or foo fee foo foo would have been some ish. We're not at the snare drum of the week quite yet. However, we do have a little virtual, drum to show you, um, and hopefully he's viewing because, you can't get this kinda public. Yeah, look at that. Thank you, Bobby. That was a drum roll. I'm going in the wrong direction. So if you could, they could really be in any order because these are you're gonna look at them and be like, "Oh my god, the craftsmanship is, you know, ah, look at that." So that's a stave snare drum, and each section is put together. And if you could see my hands, I'm doing it just like what it looks like. But I see he put bow tie lugs on that one, Ludwig bow tie looking lugs. Um, I just think that is so beautiful, and the way the wood contrasts. So I would like to have him on the show actually to talk about what's involved because I mean, some people would find it interesting. I would need the abridged. I'd need like, well, I pick the wood, and then I put it together, and then I ship it to Seth. This, this. So there's a wood called Purple Heart, and I assume it's the purple one. But oh, oof, the grain on that wood is just unbelievable. So, and it's like everything he picks. Now, granted, he lives like amongst the trees and shit. So, he's not in the Bronx. He's in the country. Look at that. Again, the contrasting dark and light. Every one of these drums, my nipples are hard right now. I love the contrast. I love it. And he's also a really, really nice guy, cool guy. So that's him. Hatfield Drum Works. Look at the one he's holding. That wood almost looks like it's feathered, like it's feathered. And I'm happy to tell you that hopefully within the next 4 weeks, that is going to be up here as the snare of the week. So you guys, this is almost like a little foreshadowing. Hatfield Drum Works. I'm going to be proud to wear the T-shirt and play the drum. Hopefully drums, plural. So, and I don't. My obsession is with snare drums. It is not. Well, it is. It is with drum sets as well. Um, and cymbals and various hand percussion. However, it is important to know that I am thinning the herd. I am getting rid of a lot of the drum sets, and the snares just keep accumulating. In fact, that reminds me that very soon, Tuesday, June 30th, what am I holding, you say? These are paper bag tickets. Paper bag tickets. If you need tickets, they did go up this year. They're $30. I have a bunch. If you're related to me or a friend or, an attractive young lady, hit me up. I'll give you tickets. So, it's a lot of fun. The song list this year is the diaper bag because Guido is a grandfather. So, which I just assumed from his age that he's been a grandfather for years. Kidding, Mike, kidding. Since we're on the topic of drums, you hear that? So a man gets stranded on a desert island, and and then one by one, a couple of other guys get stranded with him, and it was from a shipwreck. We'll call it the SS Minnow. Holy smokies. So, ooh, that scared me. So the guy, can't help but notice he hears like boom, 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 boom. So they run into natives and he says, hey, we're here in peace. And they give them trinkets. That's where I got these from. These are trinkets that they gave to the natives. And they said, what's with the drums? And the native says to him, when drums stop, very bad, very, very bad. So he says, oh, okay. When drums stop, very bad. So, they walk a little further in the bush and through the jungles on this island, they run into more natives. They say, hey, what's with the drums? And they go, shh, shh, when drums stop, very bad, very, very bad. Finally, they get to a medicine man. It's a man of medicine, a man of science. Yes, you're sick. Take 2 chicken bones and a rock, and you'll feel better. A man of science. And they say, medicine man. Meanwhile, the whole time, boom, 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 boom. Medicine man, what's with the drums? And he says, oh, when drums stop, very bad, very bad. Finally, they meet the chief, the tribal chief. And he says, our home is your home for as long as you'll be here. Do you have any questions? And they said, Chief, what happens? What's with the drums? What happens? Why does everyone say it's very bad when the drums stop? And the chief looks and says, bass solo. Thank you. Thank you. So this week's snare drum of the week is a 13-inch. I'm usually a 14-inch guy. Insert your own joke. This is a little heavy because it is Siam oak, and it is made in Japan. Yamaha Siam oak. I assume that's what that says in the Japanese writing, and it's a great drum. It's I believe 3 ply and has a great kind of a deeper sound, and you can't really see the grain. It has the camera doesn't do it justice. It has a black stain on it, and the wood grain is just absolutely beautiful. And I guess if you come to Pennsylvania this weekend to the Poconos, you can see it live and in person. You can see it firsthand. Um, Ed O'Connor had a drum set at Drum Flip. I think he posted it last night, and I immediately called and said, "Ship it to me." And he said, "Sorry, no shipping." It was a Dark Horse percussion. I just for the name alone, Dark Horse percussion, I feel like it's a home run. It was a cool set, and it was like maple wood with, I believe, either a mirror inlay or maybe I saw one with abalone. Abalone. Let's hit the sponsors before we jump into God, those drums. Hatfield, call me Hatfield. Before we see some of Seth's fans, remember you can become a super fan. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be sweet. Sweet. So the first sponsor is Seth's Drum Shop. I know he's a bit of an ass. He doesn't shut up. But he's a handsome Hebrew. I've heard that he's king of the Hebrews. Right now, I just listed a bunch of Zildjian K symbols that are half off of the retail. Gorgeous. I have a dark K ride, 20-inch, 11-inch hybrid splash, and I have a whole bunch of trans transition stamp. I didn't want to say it wrong. A bunch of transition stamp Zildjian symbols, 20-inch ride, 21-inch ride, 22-inch ride, and 14 and 15-inch hi-hats. I'm just waiting to get a an evaluation on what those are worth because they're trans stamp. So if you know what I mean, I don't know what I mean. Larry Scott has some full kits right now for, I don't know, maybe 600 bucks, 800 bucks. Some great stuff. He has a Tama set listed. He has, of course, Ludwig's. He has some celebrity signed Vistalites, yellow, I guess amber Vistalites signed by Joey Casada from ZO2, from Twisted Sister now. I was going to say Mr. Big, but now he's going out on tour with Twisted Sister. Dee Snider can't perform for medical reasons, so they're using Sebastian Bach. Skid Row. He was on Skid Row. I mean, he was in Skid Row years ago. Most recently, he was on Skid Row. So that's fucking funny. That is fucking funny. Now I'm gonna have Sebastian Bach come over here and kick my ass. I'll tell you what. Happy Hour with Seth would would broadcast a 3 round uh, fight between me and Sebastian Bach and give all the money to charity, to the Jews for Seth Foundation. Larry Scott has great gear. He's in beautiful New Jersey. Hit him up. Go Granny Racing. Go Granny. What can you say about Boom Chicka Boom? And I know the horse's name that I keep not knowing. It's Jessica Rabbit. So I was very close when I said Halle Berry. I don't remember what name I said, but it's Jessica Rabbit. Her stable right now, well, she has a lot of horses. So when you have a lot of horses and good trainer, um, you know, I feel like it's like with baseball, hitting is contagious. When the horses are winning, they're winning, man. They are winning. So that reminds me, I want to go to they are stabled outside of Pittsburgh, but I'm very low on ketamine, on horse tranquilizer, and I like to keep it in the car in case. Never mind. It's not important. So Go, Granny. I am so hungry right now for All-American Burger. Um, I heard, and again, I didn't fact check this, but I'm gonna say it like I did. All American it used to be called All American Drive-Thru. Uh, and much like that news story last week where the man drove through, the nail salon, I still wanna try that. What a great move, very smooth. Um, so I think that's why they took the drive-in off the name. It's still in the online phone book. Do they still print a phone book? I know the online phone book has them as All American Drive-In. And then just steps away from there is my guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure. Happy Feet Salon. Oh, I'm sorry, Marshall's Ice Cream Bar. Marshall's Ice Cream Bar. I order the Seth. What it is, it's chocolate and vanilla swirled with rainbow sprinkles, and you dip the tip in chocolate, just the tip. There you go, just the tip. So, go to Marshall's, it's delicious. Make sure you order the Seth because, and if they pretend they don't know what it is, help them out and just be like, "Well, it's chocolate vanilla swirl with rainbow sprinkles and dip the tip in chocolate."
Huh?
And they'll be like, "Oh, the Seth, of course." Um, Atlantic City. You know, a wise man, David Salwin, once said, "You may not be where you were going, but you're where you're supposed to be." Okay. That's up there with, if it doesn't open, it's not your door. I have a twist on that. If the legs don't open, it's not your yes, exactly. So, I don't know why I would even pause by saying that. I'm not afraid of being judged. Fans. I like I've played with bands where, like, with Plan B, with Saint, it happened all the time, where people would just come running up to you and be like, "Oh, you're drummer Seth." And I'd be like, "Oh my god, yes, I am." It's very exciting to me. I could see how it would get old if, like, you know, it happened 24/7. I can't see how it would get old. I think it would be awesome. "Oh my god," people throwing panties at me, I'll take it. I mean, female people or, an attractive, effeminate male. But, uh, I saw a Happy Hour with Seth shirt on someone, and I didn't give it to them. I don't know. I mean, it must have come from a friend or from another friend. Um, but it was, yeah, it was nice to see. Uh, yeah. I just wanna look at it for a moment. Happy Hour with Seth. Yeah. I should probably custom fit these shirts for whoever's gonna be wearing them. Then after a performance, I snapped a shot with 2 lovely ladies, and I'm a little bit, perspired, a little bit. But I will say that whoever invented, white pants, I don't know why I love them so much. I do, I love them. Oh, so this was 2 years ago on August 2nd. So, wow, I feel like I look younger now than then. What a sweaty pig I am. What a sweaty pig. That's probably what the girl's saying. And, we're about to run more of these. I bought a bunch of V-neck shirts, and then I got a unit that had, sports bras and, like, sports shirts and tank tops. Like, the material is I don't know what I'd call it, but we're gonna see if we can print on them because I have hundreds of them. Um, I would like to do underwear too, I mean, I don't know where you'd print. These are kinda small, very yeah, these you can't really print on these. I don't know, maybe you can. Um, but yeah, so when this show gets picked up by UHF, UHF band, ham radio, ham radio. Um, I think Dish Network. I know I keep saying Dish Network. I don't think they're around. I really don't. If they are, I don't know anyone who has them. But I'm going to give a toast to satellite television and radio and cable. Look for the happy hour with Seth. You know what? Go on YouTube right now. It's www.youtube.com/at the happy hour with Seth. Or you can uh, you can scan that QR code. So this is to technology. Scan that code. That is really delicious. I'm thinking the helmet with the two cup holders, that might be ideal. That might be ideal. So, Atlantic City, a friend of mine was in a dance contest. I'm no Danny Terrio. Remember that guy? I'm no Adrian Zemed. I think he hosted it too. Dance Fever, I think. I don't know. I can't get this level. Oh, my Instagram is at Seth Rock One. Is it really? That's awesome. I'm gonna start to use Instagram because I understand that, the kids dig it. It's groovy, it's cool, it's hip. And who's more groovy, cool, and hip than me? I can't believe I don't have rods that I have regular pretzels. I like a nice rod now and then. So, pretzel rod. I love pretzels. So, again, before we jump into the Atlantic City virtual trip with me, oh, you'll take the trip with me. Wow. Um, I do want to point out again that the happy hour with Seth, I couldn't have done this without Bobby Lucera. I couldn't have done it without Paradise Studios, without Strong Island TV. And now I've taken a course, and it was hands on. And I still am not sure if I can do it. I think I can. I think I'm like the little Hebrew that could. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. So we're gonna find out in June. Uh, and I'm gonna have Bobby within arm's reach. I'm gonna have to give him like some kind of retainer, keep him around. But I also want to have Georgia Rose on. She's a psychic. So it'll be the psychic and the psycho. I'm also going to be on limo talk uh, because they want to talk. And you know the difference between a flight attendant and a limousine? Not everyone's been inside a limousine. So speaking from, that's my personal, I guess my personal experience. I don't know. If my kids are watching, don't do drugs and wear a condom. I, I feel like that works. So when you see the ads for the massage and it says like uh, uh, full service, no condom, what, no condom? What? Why do you want to kill me? Like who would go to an escort or a hooker or who would not wear a condom with someone who's a pro? I feel like that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I mean, listen, who would not wear a condom? That's all I'm saying. I feel like, I mean, to each his own. To each his own. To quote Seth Salwin, my dick has led me to places I wouldn't go to with a gun. See, that's not as good a quote as Albert Einstein, who says, you can view life in one of two ways. I forget what he said. That you can believe that nothing is a miracle, or you can believe that everything is a miracle. I'm paraphrasing, but he does have cool hair. Um, yeah, I can't find my quote. Sorry, Al. He was one of my tribe. Handsome. So, Atlantic City. When we left Friday, the limousine picked us up and he said traffic's kind of bad. And I said, well, summer's coming and there's a million fucking drivers on the road and everyone takes their own car. And he said, oh, okay. And then he put up the divider between me and the the driver's seat. Put up a divider. Now, if that's not the ultimate, fuck you. I'm not listening to you. I don't know what is. Then I remembered before the divorce, my ex-wife wanted to put that up in the kitchen and the bedroom and the living room. She didn't. She didn't. Whatevs. Whatevs. It's a little bit of history. And you may not be where you were going, but you're where you're supposed to be. Thank you, Dad. So we're going to just hit on a little of Atlantic City, unless we do dance. I don't know if I said dance separately. You know what? Surprise me.
Places for your next dance. Samba.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So, wow. That's all. Wow. Um, so my favorite couple, truth be told, was the two guys dancing together. And they're a couple. Someone said they might be gay. Hey, whatever floats your boat. They were so much fun to watch. The young lady in that pinkish lavenderish. Wow. Everyone was great. I should say everyone was great. I can't dance, but they obviously can. So the rest of the trip we'll go over next time, because I'm glad we watched that. Yeah, I might watch it again after the show is over. Guys, have a safe Memorial Day, please. Please allow extra time. Every douchebag is going to be on the road. Not every, because I'm going to be in Pennsylvania for gigs. Um, a lot of douchebags will be on the road. Just slow down, man. You're gonna get there. Allow extra time, and when you get there, you get there. They can't start without the drummer. That's what I always say. So, see the good, be the good. This is a great weekend for you to open the door for strangers, smile at strangers. You know, you might make someone's day. You might piss someone off. So either way, it's a win-win-win. Don't forget, I assume Friday night is Bobby's open mic, special Memorial Day edition. And, if you're anywhere in Pennsylvania, look for me and Johnny, because we're playing in Pennsylvania, in the Poconos. I'm narrowing it down. Guys, coming up, I'm shooting for Larry Scott, seriously, in 2 weeks. I'm shooting for Georgia Rose. I'm shooting for the two chicks and a mic. Is it two black chicks and a mic? Whatever it is, I'm calling their show Two Black Chicks and a Mic. And God, Mike is so lucky. Guys, have a great, safe weekend. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you next Wednesday night. Same Seth time, same Seth channel for the happy hour with Seth.